Yo ho ho, crypto pirates, hexagons. How you going out there in YouTube land? Welcome back to the Hex Late Show. We're all back again. It's the Hex Late Show. We're going to talk about all things Hex, the greatest crypto of all time. Here we are, day 43. What's going on? We got the whole crew.
What's going on, Unwrecked? I can see you've got JFK666 sitting to your right.
That's right. We've got JFK. Yep, that's right. We're streaming together. We're doing a bit of a hexagon meetup type thing, and just talking shop.
I got a question. Like when you and Blue Bum were on the same stream together, you were having gay times. Are you guys having gay times tonight, you and JFK?
No, we're having ginger beer rums, actually.
This is like the butter and rum. These are the good ones.
That's good. That's good. What's going on, Sammy, Jexa, Blue Bum?
How are we, guys? What's happening?
Hey, all right.
Yeah.
Exciting times as always. Geez, we were pretty off with those predictions, though. Although we do have two.
Hang on. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were.
We're very off with our predictions, but we still have 2 hours. 2 hours to go.
It could still happen.
Yeah.
So when did what was going to be the cutoff date? What was the cutoff date? We had we're going to say it was going to be a particular point in time when we said, okay, that's when we'll call it each week.
Yeah, at the 11:30 at the end of the show.
Okay, all right.
So we need a massive pump, guys. If anyone's
need a 14-cent pump for me to get my target.
Yeah.
How much can it change in a week, eh?
Yeah.
Well, we're sitting around similar price though to a week ago.
Oh yeah. I think we peaked up about, what was that, 50, or depending on where you're looking, we had a few spikes right up to 80 cents, I think, in some of the weeks. But I think we reliably got to about 44-ish, like
48
close,
48-ish.
Yeah. Actually, I want to get your opinion on that, because every chart I look at, the daily close is just below 46, and for me to fill out my chart, that's Excel spreadsheet of our doubles, has to hit 46. So I just need a consensus from everyone. Have we hit the double? Did we do our 13th double or not?
Are you counting daily closes? Are you just counting daily closes, or are you counting 4 hourly? Because I think we definitely got them
on the 4 hourly. Yeah, so I guess if we get consensus from everyone, I'll chalk it up as the 13th double.
Yeah, okay. It's the close candle. It's not the wick. You know?
Yeah. So
I think daily close is a good.
Daily close is a good one. Yeah.
Because if we didn't hit the daily close, we didn't quite get our 13th double.
What about 12 hourly?
I'll have a look. Let me see. Hang on, I'm just got to find a better chart. I'll go to Dex.Vision. Yep, there we go.
I think the time frame should be the longest period of time that anyone goes without checking their staker app. So that's clearly 4 hours, yeah?
45.2. That was on a daily. I'll go to 12 hour. 12 hour, 47.9. So do we?
Oh, there. Yeah, we'll count that.
We'll count that one. All right. So I'll call the top. I'll call that double on the 10th of September then.
How many days was that since the one before?
Oh man, I'll have to calculate that. Didn't calculate that. Although I'm not sure whether this has been it hasn't been calculated. I'll have to work that out. I'll do that while we're on stream. When I get a minute, I'll calculate that one.
Are we going to do the we're going to do the sort of like review what everyone's predictions were last week, and we're going to refresh that competition again. So we're doing.
We'll do it at the end. At the end, we'll see. At the end, we'll see who was closest. So it'll probably be the most bearish person on that one. Oh, actually, there was, there was someone who said 30 cents. It was interesting because I tallied them all up, and
I reckon Tangent will be pretty close.
He
said 99 cents.
Did he? Oh, did he? Because he originally said
Unrex said 45. I think.
Got a couple of hours to go.
He should have changed it.
90 minutes the show is officially running for. But anyway, how you going there, Sammy? What are you up to, mate?
Yeah, good. I'm just posting the link out on Twitter. But yeah, I'm really good. I went for a big walk today, 8 kilometers, and went yesterday trying to lose some lockdown pounds.
Really? Still lockdown down there? Still locked down?
Yeah.
I don't watch the news.
Still in lockdown. Neither do I. We're still in lockdown till at least the end of this month, maybe next month, till they're 70 or 80% back.
Jesus
I'll watch all
Christ.
the Hex stream, quality in, quality out.
Yeah, well, I was talking to my cousin today in Queensland. He was telling me like he's had like hardly any time in lockdown up there. You guys are kicking it, mate.
Oh, well,
Yeah, well, it's like a flu
beautiful,
thing.
beautiful one day, perfect the next.
That's the thing. I mean, we have been really lucky.
Yeah.
Just like we were at the bar tonight, and I said, had a couple of beers before we started, and I was just saying, Unrec, how lucky are we? Because like people in Melbourne and Sydney just dream of that.
Oh, yeah. And how
We-
you
we-
been, JFK? Where you been, mate? You been hiding?
No. I've been just up the road. I live like next suburb. I walked here.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Oh, mate, you get on the scooter, you get around on the scooter. It's good.
Yeah.
Less traffic.
And how are you?
Doing a few things that need to be done, like a lot of Mexicans. You know?
Cool. Yeah. And how are you, Unreg Pyro? You been behaving?
Yeah, of course. Absolutely.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're a good boy.
Don't worry about that.
All right.
So,
So
if you're a great boy, you can be good at it.
okay. So I just calculated how long it took for the double. 10 days. That's not too
10
bad.
days.
10 days. So from 20,
Wow.
23 cents to 46 cents, 10 days.
Wow.
It's not too shabby.
Yeah.
Right.
Amazing.
Got to be happy with that.
Years back.
So our average days to double is still 47.1.
So, Jexo, did you have any updates on the test net? Did you have any info?
I heard a whisper in one of the Telegram groups. I don't know how true it was. It's now third hand
okay.
or fourth hand, but
Oh, okay, right.
yeah. But David Feeder had mentioned that could be a week away. I heard but it wasn't him that was the tweet was from. It was from someone else that had said he said it. So I don't know for sure, but yeah. Well, let's not get the truth get in the way of a good rumor.
Mexicans are we're always
Tez going to be here in a week based on that.
we're always waiting for something, Hexicans, aren't we?
Yeah, that's it. But,
Either waiting for big payday or I don't know,
yeah, for something that was supposed to be stake and forget, there's always something going on.
yeah, exactly.
Hey, a big g'day to everyone in the chat, and thank you, Jacob Butler, for your super chat. Loving your work, legends. Keep it up. Sending good vibes from Melbourne. Right back at you, Jacob. We appreciate your contribution, mate. Thank you.
Awesome stuff. Well done.
Awesome.
Yep, they were streaming on the Discord Syndicate network, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, get along and support the Discord Syndicate network. Like and subscribe. And yeah, we're coming at you every week and just talking about all the good things about Hex and the game theory. We go into basically whatever the flavour of the week is, and or whatever the boys feel like talking about, and boys and girls, and you're all welcome to join in with the conversation.
And support Discord Syndicate, or this man, Unrec, will come to your house and rip your bloody arms off. Yeah.
All your pants if you're a girl.
Send me in.
And at worst, no Golden Gay times are safe in your house.
So support it. Like that bloody video, or else.
So, hey, guys, this week, the last few days, we've had a little bit of a downtrend in Hex, obviously, but this comes after just an uptrend that's just blown everyone's socks off. I mean, we've basically just gone straight up from 20 cents. You know, we dropped down a little bit and then we went just straight up, and now we hit, as you said, 48 cents. But now we're back in the 30s, I think. I haven't looked at it.
We're just below 40.
We're just below 40. So today, in the last couple of days, a lot of chat in one of my private chats with some friends, they've been worried about it. They've been, they're concerned. And I said, guys, look, you're staked. If you're staked, you're earning interest. There's nothing to be. Yeah, but there's nothing to be stressing about, because you're earning interest every day, regardless if the price fluctuates. And we know in crypto that price does fluctuate. It's volatile. It goes up really fast, it comes down really fast. But if you're staked, you're earning interest every day in Hex. And what could be better than that?
Yeah, and as you're staked, as like all of that interest that you had earned, as the price goes up, all of that interest that you had earned, that the price of that goes up as well. So it's just like.
Do you want me to tell you the polar opposite to that? So I've got it's a pretty decent group of people in a WhatsApp group. Been in Hex from a range of different time lengths. Some are OGs, some came on board a week ago. Not one of them complained about the pullback. No one bitched and moaned, said, "Oh, what's going on? The world's falling in." The only comment was made was, "We might get a chance to buy a little bit more soon." That was the only comment. A lot of people just looking for that dip.
Yeah. Well,
So people aren't either they're too scared to say it in the chat, or they're just not concerned
yeah,
with it.
you can't expect it to go all up.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, like,
Yeah.
come on.
But Jax,
Yeah.
I say to people that if you've gone down 40% in a year, over the period of a year, you're at break even if you stake the average length.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
so that you say that to people, and it makes it pretty simple that they understand. Like, you've got to go down 40% in price over a year,
Mm.
which, you know, like, look at the Hex's nearly first 2 years.
Yep.
You've got to go down 40% over a year before you're in the red. You
Hmm.
know, so what a cushion, what a safety valve.
Yeah.
Risk management 101. Because you're triple line risk. You know,
Yeah. I think after you've been through a few of these dips, it's not the best feeling when you wake up and you see your accounts going down a little bit, but everyone knows that it's temporary. And what's that?
it's psychology. So, you know,
Yeah.
you count your eggs, don't count your chickens before they hatch. We're looking at paper gains, you're looking at
That's
unrealised,
it. Yep.
and it can go up or down, and volatility is a feature in Hex. So, you know,
Yep. What's the saying? Dips are in the game, so
Yeah.
enjoy the game.
Well, they
buy the
are
dips,
like that.
sell the
Just,
rips.
the hexagons look at it, and I mean, I've been doing it since forever, and you learn very early that the dips are when discount hex. And look at the chart, and look at the wicks, and look at how long it's stayed down when it has dropped.
Well, it
Yep.
went parabolic. So, you know, what goes up must come down. But, you know, I mean, we had to have a healthy correction at some point. And we
Yeah.
had-
So dips are just washing out those guys that they're not strong hands anyway. So you flush out those shorter term thinkers, because we are seeing more trader types come along now, because we're getting attention on channels like Mitch Ray and what was the other one? I think Crown he's been doing it. A few others I noticed have been talking about it, and along with that, those new people comes the old school thinking of crypto, which is you've got to trade to make killer gains and things like that.
Yeah.
And it's not until they've been around Hex for a while and see the way the community act and the way we think and the way the product works that they realize, there's a different way. So we've got to, I guess, understand that we are going to bring waves of those people through every time we get one of these pumps and everyone FOMOs in.
Yeah, and we're not going to get all of them to come over to the hex way of thinking. There's always going to be some residual trader mentality.
Hey, day 43, can you chuck up that the comment from Morton Hagamhake?
This one.
Morton, how far back are we?
Oh no, there's a few back. He said, "I just discovered this.
Yeah,
and
half
took
a dozen down.
20%. That's it. 20% of my portfolio into Hex. I'm curious: are you guys keeping a diversified portfolio, or are you so confident in Hex that you're all in?" This is a really good question.
It is a good
And,
question.
And you know, I just want to say, Morton, like, because I've been helping, I've helped a ton of people on board onto Hex, and I'm in that position where I get to see, and they talk about their portfolios with me, and this idea of I call it the scattergun approach. It's like I have no idea what all of these cryptos do or what their value proposition is. Or maybe I'm going to throw a whole lot of money at all of them, hope that one out of those does amazingly, and or better than the others dropping in value. Or you've got the case where you think, well, Bitcoin and Ethereum are the main ones in terms of market cap, and that's what everyone knows about. So they're supposedly the blue chip. But I think that's erroneous thinking. I only invest in things where I can see the value proposition and where I understand the value proposition. And Hex is completely unique in the crypto space because it's because of the aligned incentives of all the players in it. And there's a reason that it's going up all the time. And I think that's just going to keep playing out because that's the nature of Hex. And so in terms of like what you do with your portfolio, I would just keep that in mind. And I'd think about why what the tactic of actually doing that casino scattergun approach. What do you guys think?
Blue Bum.
Yeah, I think you're bang on. Yep. Go for it, Matt.
You just mentioned there that it was Hex is unique. So I just think that we should talk about that. Why is Hex unique in this space? What is different about Hex to the other things that we see in the crypto space? And the thing that stands out to me is most of all, above everything else, is that you've got this immutable finished product. So it is a finished product. There's nothing more to be done with Hex. It is finished. And it's a contract that you interact with, and there are no counterparties. So you're not relying on someone else to click something for you, to authorize a transaction, to authorize anything. It's you and the contract. You run the code. And that is pretty unique. It's the only other thing that I can think of that is widely used out there are automated market makers. These contracts that you go and use to swap one token to another. That's the only other thing I can think of in the space.
Yep.
But there's nothing else that I can think of that is, apart from these automated market makers, that's like Hex. And in that respect, I think Hex is absolutely unique. And it's had 100% uptime, and it's just doing things that no other crypto has ever done, and it pays you interest for holding it.
I think it can be summed up by saying it's the simplicity that is the beauty in Hex. So when you look at across the board how everyone's achieving what Hex is achieving within their products or their ecosystems, they're doing it in such a convoluted way to produce yield. I mean, you look at yield farming and all that sort of stuff. Just to get yields, you've got the layers of incentive they've got to build into those products to make them work. So you've got to lock up your liquidity, then you've got to farm that, and then you can take your farm things and put that into a syrup pool. Like it's just layers and layers.
Goldberg machine, is it?
And I wouldn't go that far, but it's just the layers of complexity. They're attack vectors. They're things that can go wrong. Then you look at across Hex.
Too many variables in the gas prices that I think the gas price in Ethereum has really affected a lot.
That affects everyone. Yeah.
But now they're going on to other chains, so you're finding them on all of these other chains.
Yep. So no need for oracles. Everything's intrinsic to the contract. So okay, so let's have a look at, if you go deposit your coins on, say you take your ETH or your Bitcoin, and you go to a centralized service like Celsius or something like that is trying to provide yield for you. So first of all, you give them your coins. So they've now left your control. So Hex lets you keep your coins in your control. Okay, you give them to their platform. They lend them out or do whatever they're doing with them to pay you a yield. And the yield might be, on Bitcoin, it might be 6%. Okay, so now you dig into the detail of that. What is that 6%? Is it actually paid in Bitcoin? Well, no, they've got to give you, if they pay you in kind, you're probably only going to get 3%. if they pay you with their sell token, then they can afford to give you this 6% because this sell token's been minted
They
from
get to
somewhere.
print it. Yeah.
That's right. They get to print it so they can give you that bonus. So Hex, you get paid in kind in the thing that's locking in that value. So it's all intrinsic within that contract. And the beauty of that can't be underestimated. You don't need all these other moving parts and things to make it work.
And that contract is self-balancing.
Yep.
So if more people are staking, there'll be less interest paid. If less people are staking, there'll be more interest paid. So every single day, the Hex contract works out exactly how much inflation and penalties to pay out to everybody. So you can know that the Hex contract will always be able to pay out its Hex. And that's why it can offer such amazing interest. And that is why, because it's so incentivized to stake it long, and as people are staking it, they're locking up the supply. And so then the demand remains the same or goes up, then you have price increase. And that's exactly what's played out over the last over a year and a half. So that's why it's unique. That's why it's different to everything else. With the other cryptos, everyone who's got Bitcoin at the moment is sweating. They're thinking, is this just the dip until it goes off? Or is this the start of a waterfall? And so they're sweating and they're just going, shit, should I sell? I don't know. Whereas Hexicans, we're just getting paid interest every day. So we don't care. We don't care what and the price is just going up. So it's just like, it's a perfect situation. And in terms of how much you put into your portfolio,
fundamentals 101.
That's something to keep in mind.
And we've got Richard Hart as the founder, who's amazing. He's really smart and he's cool. And yeah, he's got a great personality and he's really involved in his community, which if you look at other coins and look at the founders, they don't want to know. They're the boss and you're there.
And Sammy, and he washes his jeans in his bathtub.
What was the question, day 43? What was it again? What do we think? Why is Hex unique? That's what we're talking about, Sammy. What do you reckon? Why is Hex unique? Other than obviously Richard Hart is unique. And by the way, if you're wanting to get onto Hex toys, ladies and gentlemen, there's a limited edition of 369. What's we call it? 10 Captain Richard Hart dolls, the NFTs, and there's only 100 left, and they're limited edition. So snap up that last 100, and then once that happens, there'll be the actual production doll, so you will get the doll as well. So I would recommend it everyone over there. It's very, very cheap. I think they're like, Sammy, how much are those Richard Hart dolls?
Oh, they're around about a couple of $100 USD when I bought them.
Well worth it. It's
Yeah,
probably the best NFT on the market on the internet today. Hex.com. Future of money is here now.
Get a physical
get
doll.
right there and get some.
We should get a dollar cost crypto doll, don't you reckon?
Dollar cost, yeah, I reckon you should. Or what about those guys? Those guys from the Knights of the Round Table? They've got their they've done the big face in the hole and turned themselves into like some sort of biblical, whatever you want to call it. What should we call it? For a Belliot brand, shout out the Belliot brand, and all the streamers are doing a great job to raise the awareness of Hex.com and how good it is, and we're talking about it now. Sammy?
Yeah, well, sorry, what were we saying?
The question is why
Rick just handballed it to you, Sammy. But
Yeah, I thought it was asking you, Dave. No, I was saying we have a very unique and active founder. When I speak of Richard Hart, he's very involved in his community. You see people thanking him all the time for changing his life, giving him a reason to live. People that didn't want to live and were thinking about committing suicide, thanking Richard Hart for changing their lives. Like, he's just a really amazing person. He's wrote self-help books that you can get for free. He just gives self-help videos, and he's just amazing, big personality. So he's for the people, and that's what I like about it, and that's what makes Hex unique as well.
People love him.
And this is a good point from Dollar Cost Crypto as well. Like just to that chap who was asking the question earlier, Hex is the only crypto that has monetized time.
Yeah, that's so important because every single person in the world has equal access to time, varying depending on their age. But
Well, I
that's
went
it.
to the doctor today. I've got about 5 years to live, so I've got a heart attack walking.
So time's different for the older you get. It's a bit more precious, I guess, as the older you get. But the point is that everybody has access to it. What other resource in the world that you can measure easily does everybody have access to, no matter where you're from or what your background or anything like that?
Yeah,
Can
that's
someone
true.
address this question, please?
Pure coincidence, Rico.
We lock it down.
We need a smoking American.
Who's the dude with the pirate?
We had Brizology we had a chat with Brizology on the weekend, and that was a really good, interesting conversation as well. So we do have guests. We did ask. I had sort of negotiated with DJ Cryptomatic, who's if you haven't heard, he's over on Twitch. He's putting down the dope beats, but he's got family things, and family comes first around here. So, but yeah, it's just our little patch where we talk about Hex, and because we all love it, and that's what we're here for. So, but look, it's an open door policy. So if anyone wants to jump on the stream, we generally, we open the conversation up to the World Wide Web, and that's what it's all about. Is just raising the awareness of the greatest crypto of all time, the Hex crypto.
So someone's
on my left here. He's a Hexican. We're all
I was just going to say JFK is not always on here, so someone said who's that with you, Unrek? Do you want to give everyone the drill on who you are, JFK?
Okay.
I'm an OG Mexican. Yeah.
For people who don't know, JFK is the mastermind behind a ton of videos with memed videos that you would have seen. Like, have you seen that one where the tank is like it's the James Bond one, and the tank is like chasing the
awesome.
Binance CC and whoever. He's made a ton of videos like that. They're so funny and just so simple, so beautiful, but a lot of work put into them. Not too much work, hopefully, and there's but they're very effective. And so JFK has been
he's an OG. He's been here for a long time. Been cranking out the memes for a long time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Thank you very much for the kind words, Bobby. That's nice. Appreciate it.
What do we got here, mate?
What? Can you tell us a little bit about this, mate?
Mate, I'm shocked that you used that without my permission.
Yeah. I hacked into your computer and got it.
Yeah, breach of copyright. My OPSEC is hide as. I don't know anyone around here.
Tell me something. What's this car here? What's this white thing? What's this car?
Classic Defender 90, of course, which ceased production in 2016. They actually hoarded a number of them. I'm not sure. It might have been a limited run of 200, and they shoehorned a V8 in them. And so in 2018, but basically, they became an instant classic when they halted 68 years of production of the Land Rover Defender, and in 2016. So I've got one of those.
That's
nice little wagon.
That's very interesting. But there's another rear end there. Can you tell us about that?
I think it's a very sweet ride.
I think that's self-explanatory, mate. I mean, you knock it back out of a few of them every now and again, and if you're lucky, and life's good.
In Australia, we say, how do we say, unwrecked? Back her up.
Hey, whoa. We're talking about Hex crypto.
We're talking about Hex. That's right. We are.
So, yeah, Conrad,
we haven't seen Conrad Zen, have we?
No,
he's been laying low.
Zen what did Conrad Zen say about, the question before about, so look, are we all in Hex, and Lou, you were talking about the scattergun approach and investing and things like that. I was watching one of Conrad Zen's stream probably in the last 2 or 3 weeks. And he talks about this is what wealthy people don't want you to know. At some point in time, they had to back themselves into something, like they had to believe in something and back themselves into the investment. And they don't normally tell you that, but like Hex is the one thing that I know for myself personally, I backed myself in on it because it didn't take me long to work out that this was, triple audited. It was secure. And if you look at any of the other coins, like this stuff is just, it's so refreshing and great to have a finished product that's complete. 100% uptime now, and so we're starting to see the Lindy effect and the Metcalfe's law coming into play. And who doesn't want 40% interest? So you basically, for an average length stake, you're earning 40%. What other investment vehicle does that in this world?
So the top 20 investors in HEX, like the Sharks, who was saying that? Was someone said they reckon it's made about 20 billionaires so far?
Yeah, there was a thing. I saw a post on Twitter. There was 17 to 20 people that or addresses. We don't know who they are, of course, but it's just all on the block because it's all on the blockchain, of course, and which is a wonderful technology. It's world changing.
And you can add one to that number, the OA.
It's going to be interesting to see how it breaks through into the mainstream, isn't it? Because it's going to have to at some point. Like when those billionaires become even trillionaires, it's just like, what?
Yeah,
I really think we're seeing the start of that now, Bluey.
But yeah, HEX is the only game in town as far as I'm concerned, and that to answer that question before everyone. And welcome to everyone in the chat. So many people.
Yeah,
watching live.
G'day to everyone in the chat. And look, if you are in the chat and you're participating, please make sure that you do not hit the like button. Do not hit it. Okay?
Why?
Reverse psychology.
We want the algorithm, don't we? Don't we want them to like it? Or do you want to dislike us?
Not allowed to hit the like button. You are not allowed to hit the like button.
Why?
Yeah, it's reverse psychology.
Be a rebel. Don't listen to Day 43. Just hit the like.
So we're still sort of touching on this. The first guy's question about is everyone all in sort of thing, and I understand why people are hesitant at first when they come in and they find HEX because it is new, and I reckon it takes you a good 3 months of using the system, being around the community to understand how it works and what it does and the behaviours it enforces. But what you find is HEX is a bit like a sponge. So you get a little bit and you sit it in your portfolio, and you might have the things you know and love that are bubbling away, and you see HEX slowly move up the ranks in your portfolio and start to swallow the gains that you've made on these other things. And eventually you come to the realization that why do I need to be in other things if you've got the best performing asset sitting in your portfolio? And that's not being hyperbolic. That is factual. It is the best performing asset over the last 2 years. Something has to be pretty damn good for you to want to take your money out of that and put it into something else. So what you find is it sits there and it just soaks up all the shit that you've been holding and it ends up in HEX, which is not a bad place for it. And once it's done soaking up all your crap coins, then you start moving your Bitcoin and your Ethereum in. And I'm pretty sure that's the journey most people have taken.
Yeah, but it used to be Jexa, that you would obviously you're trying to convert all of your altcoins back into Bitcoin at some stage, or switch and swap back into like a stable or things like that. Although I wasn't around in those days, I have heard you talk about that previously. Yeah. HEX is the one to rule them all, as far as I'm concerned.
Definitely. Jexa described it perfectly.
Program money.
The way that I went about it, and that was exactly the same way. It was a gradual process into going all in.
Mm-hmm.
And the only regret I have is I didn't do it sooner.
Yep.
That's
same here.
And, I'm so incredibly comfortable with that decision. So that's a hexagon.
But that's a comfort thing. So everyone's got to go on a journey.
Yeah,
I think you've got to take that journey, and you've got to get comfortable with what it is, how it works, and see the beauty. Once you see the beauty in it, that's when you go, okay, I'm comfortable now. This is the safety net in this space. It's safety because it's the way it's designed, but also it's not linked to the ebbs and flows of Bitcoin and Ethereum. When Bitcoin goes up or down, HEX doesn't care. It's doing its own thing. So it's not.
I agree with that 100%, but I'd also add that the chart and the performance also makes you comfortable.
Yeah, hell yeah, yeah.
If you've been through the 70 and 80% dips and you bought them because you believed and you've got the benefits now, you see what happened to the chart now, and it's just like, you know, and there's a comfort that comes with having your wealth stored in HEX. That's what happens.
Yeah. But by the way, look, if you're new to Hex or if you're new to crypto, please go over to hex.com, jump into the Telegram chat, look at Hex and also Pulse Chain. There's the Pulse Chain chat, and there's like basically a decentralized global network community where you can basically tune into people talking in real time, having the conversation and just discussing things. And there's some really, really great information over there, and you can see how good the community is by just the fact that we care about others and the fact that we want to share the information and get people into the right channel, get people into the right lanes, get them away from all the scammy nonsense, give crypto some credibility and some validity, and
Get them into the right frame
but
of mind.
also the safety aspect, or the bank level security, and the fact that that we hear it all the time. But what does it mean that they're not your keys, not your crypto? Get your coins off an exchange, custodial. Your own, be your own bank, have your own. No middleman. It's just your own sovereignty. It's truly great. It's innovative, and I see it as a gift to the world, and I think that more people should get into it. And that's the only reason why we're doing this stream, is to educate others, or to raise the awareness, because we could see that there was things on YouTube that weren't correct or weren't truthful or honest, and they were being put out as and people were just following along. And I can sort of understand it now, because we take, I guess, our education or our knowledge for granted, and there's people that need to be sort of step through in baby steps, one thing at a time, and it takes a lot of effort to.
Sorry to cut you off, Rick. But when Kooky Couture just said, when do the Poms get a Discord slot?
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Yeah, and I think that's a fantastic idea. I'm pretty sure that there are slots open on Discord Syndicate for people to do programming, and I think they're looking for people to come up with different ideas for programs. But that is definitely a resource there. Discord Syndicate has a great following now, and anyone looking to make some sort of show
contribution,
or some sort of contribution, you can that's look into that,
Louis,
because I'd love to hear
Bluey, I heard that the Poms are going to get a slot on Discord Syndicate when they beat the Italians in a soccer game. That's what I heard, man.
Right. So
may not be for a while.
Speaking of which, day 43, are you going to put on an Italian slot?
We're trying. I'm just trying to get some of the guys just trying to get them up to the task. Basically, they're very, very active. They're in the chat. They've only got I think it's under 300 people in the Italian chat.
That's pretty good.
They're very, very active. They're extremely active. But taking that step to get a regular show going, that takes a bit more. It's taking a bit more time.
Yeah, need one person to step up.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. Because it would be limited what I could do. It'd be limited what I could do. They would have to take the reins, really.
Yeah.
Hey, I've got an idea. In lieu of the fact there's not an English X stream, but maybe the next 5 minutes we can all use our worst British impersonations.
Oh, geezer.
Yeah, he's a geezer.
You are a geezer.
Come on, Gov. Just stick your X.
Come over here as a convict.
Fill in the gap.
Talking about?
You know what I mean?
Shit is English accent I've ever heard.
Are you getting lippy?
Exactly.
Hey, can you imagine?
Who's this
Can you imagine
transgender?
how well? Can you imagine how well Hex will do once all the chavs in the UK get onto it?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
What are you talking
Wicked.
about? Who's
This is wicked.
What
What are you doing?
Aussie? He sounds like an Italian.
You know what this sounds like to them? Put another shrimp on the barbie.
Oh, jeez.
Leave it
Right,
out.
let's see if we can recover from that. We're going downhill fast. Look,
Oh,
Andy's
here we are.
got the computer's right down.
If
How
you get me on the
unprofessional.
stream, it's going to happen.
All right, can I do a public service announcement?
Sure.
Just for
What happened to Tangent? Pissed
He's-
off.
He's just got to go do something. He's coming back.
so this is very well, that's doing something weird. Is that
You walked in.
working? That's freaking out. I don't know why that's freaking out. There we go. What's going on there? All right, let's try again. So this is very specific to people in Western Australia, but we are having a Hex meetup this Sunday. I'm hoping most people that would be in the West Australian area have probably heard about this by now, but if you haven't caught that news and you're on this stream, I know there might be a few of you guys. That's on this Sunday, so we've got quite a turnout coming to that. So if you're keen, you're in the area, reach out. Either put a chat in, something in chat here, or hit me up in Telegram at JexaJ, and I'll give you the skinny on it all. But yeah, it's going to be great to get all the WA Hexicans together.
Wow.
Oh, hell yes.
Well done.
Well done.
Well done. Here's
What's
Tangent.
up, Tangent?
Dan, how's it
Hello.
going?
Hey,
Hey,
Tangent.
Right.
What's happening?
Yeah, keen for that meetup.
Yeah, we've got a
Jess
good
has been
turnout.
Master of
Got
the
a-
Google Docs lately.
We've got a good turnout coming. It's awesome.
Nice. Well, you guys are doing great over there. I'm particularly impressed with that user guide, the easy onboarding guide. I mean, it's a bit life's a box of chocolate when it comes to onboarding, isn't it? Everyone
Yep.
sort of learns differently, and it takes different strokes for different folks. And you've got to bring all the tricks out to educate people. I've got a meeting tomorrow. I've got to bring some more people in, and I'm enjoying doing that. Actually, I think it's good. It's I think that financial freedom, the potential for there to just be your own bank and to save money that way is awesome. It really is.
Don't get me wrong, Unrec. This is not work. This is just celebrating and getting on it, mate.
So what are you going to do?
What's
the plan?
Oh, that one is, yeah.
So, Jexa, what's the plan? What's the plan for the first meetup?
Nothing too over the top. Just going to meet at one of the locals, and it's the first time we've done it in Perth, and it's well overdue. We should have done it a long time ago. So we've all been busy doing our own things, but warmer weather's here and
Nice.
good time to do it. So
You think you'll get a bit of a crowd?
We've got a crowd. It is going to be good. Yeah.
Ooh.
Already got a bunch of responses. So
Nice.
yeah,
Yeah.
the contingent of Hexicans in Perth and WA is strong.
Very
Mhm.
good.
That's good to hear.
Good news.
That's
Yeah,
good
yeah.
to hear.
Bravo.
You
Well,
are-
it's
We're
got-
gonna have to get
got-
on. We're gonna have to get onto it in Melbourne as well once they let us out of our cages.
Yeah. Well, it's-
Yeah, right. Hey, has any cane toads made it over to WA? Has there been any sightings of cane toads over your way?
Yeah, they're sneaking across.
They're getting everywhere, aren't they? They're stuck in the Kakadu. It's a worry.
Gift that keeps on giving.
Well, not really.
I'm glad they're not here.
No, you are glad.
I'm really interested to hear Tangent's take on the dip that we've been having the last few days. Are you cool with that, Tangent? Can you?
Bring up the chart.
Yeah.
I just
So-
happen to have my chart with me.
I mean, it looks like the dip could be over. It really does. Like, I'll pull up this one. What we were just looking at there that's against ETH. What was a comment that I heard someone made that I thought sounded quite good about the ETH chart? Oh, I retweeted it. Someone posted that we were coming back down on ETH, basically to test previous all-time not previous all-time, but a previous high. So you can see here now that I've gone to daily candles around here, this sort of level we had some wicks from that previous high back in July, and so this dip pretty much came down and tested approximately these sorts of levels here. So I agree with that looks quite decent. And against dollar, this was the downtrend. This purple line here was the downtrend that I was looking at, and when we broke out here and then came back and retested that, in my opinion, this trend line here has now flipped from resistance into support, and then ever since we've been moving away. So for now, it looks like we've broken out of this descending wedge and on our way up.
So,
that green circle. Oh, sorry, Jex, what were we about to say?
So just on the left-hand side there, you've got a bit of a shoulder. Is that still a bit of concern? So if you bring a bit more of your chart across.
Okay. So you're saying if this was this one shoulder and then this is the head, and then this could be forming another shoulder? Yeah, I can see it. That's
so we've got
possible. Let's get that tool out.
What would that mean to head and shoulder?
Typically, it's a bearish pattern, but
okay.
Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah. So you're 40. About your 40. If you get to above the 42, then you've invalidated that, I would say. Probably even a bit lower. Yeah, that would sort of invalidate that.
Looks like a game of
Yeah, I
glass
guess-
where they come down and they beam down and pick up the spaceship and fly it up, and then you got to shoot the mother and then get the two shooters on Galaga.
Yep, I guess that's what it looks like.
I guess we'll just wait to see how it plays out.
That's exactly right. But when we see that
that's it,
pattern a lot in Hex though, and it just keeps going up. Like it doesn't do that. Doesn't play out into a head and shoulders. It just, like you say, it's like a bull flag, and it just breaks out and keeps going.
And the downside target on this would be quite a lot lower than where I would personally be expecting
that's right.
the price to go.
That's exactly right.
It's sort of into around 20 cents.
Yep.
So, I mean, with my Hex TA, I just typically bullishly bias, and that has always paid off in terms of just because it's Hex.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. But from a TA point of view, this actually looks. A lot of people draw head and shoulders patterns that don't look very clean, but see how this is actually quite a clean version of a head and shoulders because the price has actually stayed quite close to what this pattern actually looks like. You see people drawing head and shoulders where there's actually price action that's so far away, or or one of the shoulders is in multiple parts, and so this actually does look like quite a clean pattern.
So we'll see what happens, but the Hex is like it's rebounded pretty strong. So there's a lot of good fundamental things going on.
So would you say from a technical perspective, it's like is this what the technical guys really like to see? They like to just everything.
It's just percentages, mate. Like most good traders only get it right 55% of the time.
Actually, 40%.
40%
is considered high. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can draw all the patterns you like. The market will teach you a lesson time and time again.
Well, that's it. The market will chew you up and spit you out if you try and play that game, and that's why dollar cost averaging is the way to go. And treat it like a little savings plan, and just hold and don't sell. Stake the coins. It's program money. It's the future of money. It's better money. It's a solid store of value, and we've seen that in the chart. The fundamentals and just the positive feedback loop. We get those big green, where that huge rise up as we've seen, over the past couple of weeks. And at some point, there's got to be a healthy retracement. It's healthy. It's healthy for the price to retrace like that. You can't just expect it to keep going up all the time. So
yeah, I did consider introducing a segment that was on my channel of finding the most bullish technical analysis and the most bearish, and basically presenting those two extreme cases to start each discussion so that people sort of can see those two extremities, but having it as a legitimate, not moonish to the upside and just ridiculously bearish with no justification. Like these are sort of within legitimate TA. It has to be actual legitimate TA case for each one. Just to get those boundary cases and then sort of discuss between those.
Yep.
Very good.
Hey, Tangent, I saw someone on Twitter complaining, like legit complaining about how people were saying, how like we've been talking about $1 million hex and
The guy that complained about the sub-mil FUD hashtag. Yeah.
Did you see that?
He eventually deleted all his tweets because people were like, "Man, it's a joke." Like,
Oh
I
my
think, yeah.
God, isn't it sad?
I had a good laugh at that. I had a real good laugh.
It was like, "Oh, this is the kind of," he was saying, "This is the kind of moon boy talk that I don't like about other coin communities, and we don't need that sort of crap in Hex." And I was like thinking, man, don't tell me how to enjoy things.
Okay.
No.
Do you think that's a culture clash? Like, being Aussies, we all get it's a joke, and being in Hex for a while, we get it. It's funny. Like, do you reckon that's a culture clash when someone doesn't?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I think it might have been sort of legacy culture that someone maybe that's more in the mindset of legacy finance thinks that sort of thing isn't appropriate for a financial investment, and not realizing that crypto is the complete opposite of that. Crypto is practically built on memes. Like anyone that's been in the crypto space for a while, would have seen.
During the week, Jexa and I got an email from someone who asked a number of questions. But one of those questions that he asked was, why is Richard not putting up billboards? And why isn't he throwing loads and loads into advertising? And I think it's really important to point out that there's no organization of Hex. There's no CEO. Richard is not the CEO. He doesn't have control over it.
It's not like Bitcoin where you've got a CEO. Hey, Tangent.
JFK is referring to one of my streams, or it might have been two, but definitely on one. I was wearing a Bitcoin t-shirt. It was like a polo with Bitcoin on it, and I was saying that I was the CEO of Bitcoin.
Bitcoin hat, the Bitcoin background. Well, it's a you should pursue, man. It's just excellent.
But then I was shilling Hex. Shilling Hex as the
We're telling
CEO
the
of
truth
Bitcoin.
about Bitcoin. Yeah, it was
While we're on the topic,
The point
Tangent,
is, well, hang on. The point is, right, that it's what we're in is a decentralized autonomous organization, a real one, not one with a token, like where you get a reward for something or other or like that. We're in an actual real one. Whereas if you want to create something, like if you want to put up billboards, then it's up to us. It's up to all of us to proactively do that. And it's much. And if you're going to be, if you're going to be in this kind of unregulated autonomous organization, I think rather than castigating people for doing something that in a way that you don't like, it's much more proactive and beneficial if you just go, I want to do it my way.
Yeah.
And so if you have something that you think needs to happen, then go and organize it or do it. And you'll find that your energy and you'll be way more productive than just looking at all the things where I don't like the way they're promoting my crypto. And try to stop people from doing things, or to try to shaming people into doing things is a really dumb tactic.
Yeah. But
And
there's also,
it won't work.
But,
Yeah.
but look at everyone. Think globally, act locally. Isn't it?
yeah, but the flip side to that is sorry, you go, JFK, you go.
But look at everybody in this stream. Like, look at Unrec. He's for fun and he's actually onboarding people. I know. Well, I've been with Bluey onboarding people with him. Sammy's doing the whole discourse and encouraging with the ladies in particular in Hex. Jex is doing the Hex Safe thing. Tangent's doing his streams. I used to do memes.
You're retired now.
Thing, that was, and each individual here does that already. This stream is actually a really good example. Sorry, I left you out day 43, but you did plenty as well.
Yeah, you're right.
I just wanted to point out, hey guys, I just wanted to point out to everyone who's watching, Tangent actually has his own channel and stream that he does multiple times throughout the week. There's no timetable. He just jumps on when he fucking feels like it, and that's what we like. So it's Hex Hex_Tangent. Just search for it on YouTube. You'll find it. Subscribe. It is well worth it. It's the most entertaining stream that you'll watch. It is
thanks, man.
a lot of fun, man.
Yes, it is very.
I can see the link in the below.
Huge fan, and you might even get to see the CEO of Bitcoin.
Hello, is that Ty?
Yeah, how you going, guys?
Hey, Ty, how you going, mate?
How are you, buddy?
Hey, Ty.
Thanks for the invite,
hey.
Sammy.
Hey, can I just add one quick point to what Blue Bum was saying? Is that if Richard was to have put up billboards, he probably wouldn't tell us. So, billboards and various things, those ones that get towed around behind those little moped things have been launched, and we don't know who did it. It might have been him. It might have been someone else.
And the English Premier League.
And the Premier League. Oh yeah, Financial Times. Car and Trader, or there were many advertisements that were put up that might have been Richard, but because of those same reasons, avoidance of it being a security, he definitely wouldn't tell us if it was. So I think I know that's not really in line with the point that you were trying to make, Blue Bum, but I just thought I'd add it.
No, it is very in line. It is very in line.
No, because I think Blue Bum's point was more in terms of encouraging people to do it. If they don't like the way someone else is doing it, they should do it their way, right? Like as in,
Yeah.
But yeah.
And the community is self-governing. Like if someone steps out of line to the point where it's damaging or whatever, Blue Bum's saying everyone do their own thing.
You'd get socially penalised.
Yeah.
Just in general for saying or doing things that are
we've seen it. We've seen it happen half a dozen times already, where people come in the community and go rogue, and they quickly find out that it's not tolerated.
Yep.
So,
But yeah, also we're all having fun, I mean,
hell yeah.
Don't we have it? Look, my Barbie meme, for example, like they're all in good fun, but a lot of people look down on them. They're not.
I'm getting a bit of feedback there.
Yeah, you got some echo there, Sammy.
Is that me?
That's better.
No,
better.
that's unwrecked.
Hey, it's always unwrecked, isn't it?
Hey, right? What are you doing?
Come on, pull your head in.
Oh, I saw that.
Hey guys, our Hex
Where's
show.
unwrecked? He's gone. He's gone.
Hey, I want to hear from Ty. I don't think I've met Ty before.
Yeah, Ty.
How you going, bro? What's your? Do you want to just maybe give us a quick intro and maybe tell us about your crypto journey?
Yeah, sure, buddy. Been in crypto since 2017. Got wrecked by the ICOs and all the promise coins. Left everything in wallets and took a hiatus for a couple of years, so missed the start of Hex. And it was actually an interesting story. I didn't find Hex until after Pulse, and then I just I used to watch a few streams of Richards and didn't really know him. Like just all the gatekeeping, I just couldn't believe it how I couldn't find the product Hex, and then somehow stumbled across Pulse, and then just did a lot of research and just met a lot of the community, which are just so welcoming. And then, since then, just been full on into it, and then met Papa and Walrus and all the admins in Pulse Chain. And I spend pretty much, 5-6 hours a day in Pulse Chain helping with security with Papa Bona now. And
nice one.
We're now setting up a private room for security because it's just getting overwhelming in there. There's so many people that they just really have no idea about security, and we're pretty hard on having hardware wallets and protecting your seeds and all the things that people usually do once and get wrecked. And we just want to protect the community, which ultimately protects all of us from getting dumped on.
Exactly.
It's been a bit of a whirlwind.
Cool, mate. That's awesome. And it's good that you're doing the security stuff. That's Day 43 and that's our passion, I guess, helping people do the right thing from that point of view. So if you haven't heard about it yet, Hex Security channel in Telegram.
Yeah.
You might want to drop in there and help out from time to time as well, and encourage people to visit there as well. That's everyone's doing
sure.
nice work keeping people safe. So good on you, mate.
Yeah, we have sent a few people over there as well. It's just I can split my time. It's just been so full on in the Pulse chat at the moment. There's just so many people coming in every day, and with a similar story, like they come in, they find Pulse, and then they find Hex through Pulse. It's just been amazing, the onboarding that's gone on through Pulse.
How are they finding Pulse initially?
Well, they come into Pulse just to ask about Pulse. When are we going to get the coins? How does the snapshot work? And then they're like, what's all this Hex talk? What's going on with all this Hex talk? What is this? And then, it just steamrolls from there. And next thing you know, they come back, I've just bought Hex, and how do I stake it? And it's just unreal.
It's amazing how effective the gatekeeping has been.
Oh, yep.
It's and we don't realize it because we've been in the community for a while. So for us, everything's about Hex, and we spend all our time, like you, in chats and helping people out and doing things for the community. So we live in a bit of a bubble, but there's so many people I speak to that are crypto savvy. I don't think they're a patch on half the Hexicans in terms of their knowledge, but they've been in the space a while and they don't even know Hex exists. Don't even know how to buy it. Like it's too in the words of someone that's running a validator node on Cardano, Hex is too hard to buy. So
it's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's partly why we're doing these outbound messaging streams, and because we love Hex, but we like to talk about it, but also just to try and somewhere pick up on the algorithm in YouTube or wherever we shield this stuff, just so if we help one person find Hex and how truly innovative this product is, and we help them better themselves, then job's done type thing. That's the only reason, really. There's no ulterior motive behind what we do here, other than I think it's great that the community just like get behind each other and help people that are new to crypto and learning. I get feedback that sometimes that I tell people to come and look at our stream, and they watch it for a little bit and they don't quite understand what we're talking about. So I just say, look, we'll go over to hex.com and just read up and just find out, and then join the Telegram groups. So there are people that are far more patient than what we are that can actually just step you through it, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it can be as simple or as complex as you like. We've got some really great expertise here in this group, but being able to simplify it and understand it just for the new investor is important too, because adoption's the key. We don't want people coming into crypto and getting wrecked or rug pulled, and then going out and with a bad taste in their mouth. It's important that you do, like we all do well. Chips in a rising tide.
So where do you think people are finding Pulse before Hex? Like how is that their first exposure? It'd be interesting to understand where they're coming from. Like what?
It's the idea. It's like fork ETH, free airdrop. It's so easy to understand.
Where are they hearing that from though? Is that it's
maybe from Twitter. If they've been on Twitter, maybe the keywords and some of the hashtags have got them coming up in their feed. And I noticed at the start of the sacrifice, they put banner ads up on Nomics. So if they were going to Nomics, there was Pulse Chain banner ads up there for a little while. I have friends that have been in crypto for ages, and I've onboarded quite a few of them to both the sacrifice for Pulse and for Hex, and they were just gobsmacked. They couldn't believe how they could not have heard of it.
Huh. So that shows you how early everyone is here, guys. If you're watching this stream, you are in the early group of Hexicans.
Yeah.
Sorry, you guys must be muted there.
And one thing I'd say too, like I've been in a few Telegrams. I was more of a Discord person, but been in multiple groups, multiple communities, and there really is no community like the Hex and the Pulse Chain community. Like everyone's just so welcoming, helpful, patient to teach people. You go to most of the other places and it's when moon, pump it, do this. It's all crap. It's just all crap and promises to line their own bags, but. Everyone in this community, it's such a different feel, And I got that from day one in there, but now I see it from helping out every day. Everyone else that comes in, they just say the same thing. Like they've learnt so much just coming to these Telegram rooms.
The other thing I think to answer your question, Jexa, is that the thing why Pulse is so out there is that anyone who's got an ERC20, they're getting an airdrop. That's simple. That's huge.
No, I get the simplicity of how people can latch onto that. What I'm more curious about is the channels, how it's getting to them, and why we can't get Hex through those channels. And I don't know whether it's just the gatekeeping or what.
Well, look at that.
I just think that
last week.
I think I can have a guess at why. See, it's very hard for counterparty or these third parties to make any money out of Hex now. So they don't see any. It is truly decentralized and in that respect. But with Pulse, I think they maybe they'll be able to get in a foot in the door, and I think we're going to see Pulse on exchanges.
They will, they'll, by virtue of being some of the biggest ERC20 holders themselves, they will get a piece of the action. So I guess there's an interest. They can, like you say, there's an avenue for them to make money off it. Yeah.
That's a really good, interesting conversation.
So whilst that has been a hindrance for Hex, I think it's probably the best thing that has happened to Hex is that amount of gatekeeping and not being on exchanges, not being linked to liquidity pools with the rest of the market, has allowed this to flourish and start to build our own. Well, it's forced the hand to build Pulse.
Yep.
So all this stuff has, although it's been tough, it is the best thing that's ever happened.
Good human behaviour.
So, Jackson, what's going to happen when these exchanges stop gatekeeping and they've got to buy some Hex to put on their exchanges? What's that going to do to supply? What's that going to do to price?
Yep.
And they can ignore it all they
Who is going to sell them a bunch OTC? Most people will make them buy it.
I don't think they want it. They can't make money off it. It's not a trading coin. They make money off volume.
Yeah.
It's an anti-exchange product, really.
Just on that, because that is a really good segue. So what we're seeing at the moment is we're seeing any services that are offering yield products are getting a knock on the door. So the whispers are going from the SEC. Anyone with stables are getting a little bit of attention now. If you've been trading stables on your exchange, all those issues, all those platforms and those regulatory risks from those centralized operators, Hex doesn't have any of them. There is no central authority issuing or selling securities or anything like that, or even can be perceived to be selling securities, because this is just a smart contract running on Ethereum that you interact with. There's no one issuing them. So it's going to be interesting to watch how that plays out over time, but understand that Hex is, as far as I'm concerned, I think it's immune from stuff like that. I'm happy to be.
The best thing that could happen is that the SEC decides to investigate Hex.
Yeah.
Price crashes, we all pick it up, and then the SEC case gets blown out of the water and Hex resumes.
I don't even think they would attempt it, because there is no thing they can pin their foot to the ground to prosecute.
But Jexa, you're making the assumption that a government agency is going to act rationally.
Yeah, but where are they going to send a letter?
Yeah, who are you going to send a letter to?
Who are they going to go after?
Richard Hart had pains to study the law. He learnt it all. He learnt it all backwards, and knowledge is power.
I totally agree with all of your comments, but I'm just saying, actually you're talking about a government bureaucracy, and you expect them to behave rationally.
Yeah.
No. We're not expecting them to behave rationally.
They can stamp their feet and do whatever they like. You can't shut it down.
They can send a letter to the blockchain.
Shut it down.
That's really
Send a letter to the blockchain.
Send a letter to the blockchain.
Bring it on. Bring it
Well, the
on.
maths is perfect. The maths, the calculations are perfect. Like they get the answer right every time in Hex. Like the ecosystem and the quality of the formulas and the synthetic stakes and shares mechanism. Oh my God, it is a true innovation. It is like a world-changing innovation. Lord Einstein himself said that compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. Well, guess what? Richard Hart and Hex they've synthesized that into the digital realm, and you can get your piece of the cake. You can get your piece of the pie. You can be your own bank. There's no middlemen. What crypto was designed to do is get rid of middlemen and get rid of all of that sort of like gate. But anyway, going back to the gatekeeping, the coin market cap. I mean, and versus the nomics. If you want the truth, go to nomics.com. Don't go to CoinMarketCap. It's like I don't see the point of going there. When you know the truth, when you can see it with your own eyes, and you're witnessing it, then all that other stuff is not worth looking at, because Hex is the only game in town as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Were you trying to Unrect? Were you trying to trigger Blue Bomb there with that Einstein comment?
We didn't do the because he doesn't rate the Einstein. But I thought of that during the week. I know we had that conversation last week about Einstein. But look, come on.
Sorry, Ty, I cut you off there, mate. What were you going to say?
No, I was just totally agree with you with the gatekeeping. It's just amazing to see what the product has done with all those roadblocks. So I think the future's pretty bright. I think Richard's the master of game theory and tokenomics and fundamentals. I think the liquidity pools are just fine tuned. He's just the master. I think he's figured it all out, and he's going to do the same thing with Pulse Chain.
Yes, it's like we've got the cheat codes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Remember Tangent was saying that.
It's the life hack of the century. It really is.
Yeah, I reckon we should do that. We should have the blockchain email address.
Where would it be? Venus or Pluto?
Have you noticed the contract address now shows up as black hole? Like the
Yes.
That's where we need to send it, to the black hole.
The contract address is somewhere on Saturn.
Near the pole.
Very good. How we going, boys and girls?
It's just an Einstein bashing session every single stream we do now. Every single stream. Even Finbear's just jumping in, just laying in blows.
Hey, actually, I've got to have.
Come on. Don't draw attention away from the Hex statement, because Hex is program money. It's the future of money now. You can get some. You buy your Hex, you stake it, and it's as simple as that. You earn trustless interest. If you stake the average length, you get about 40%. Now, in terms of security and uptime, 100%, triple audited security. It's the best crypto. Please have a look. Go to hex.com and have a look.
It's more than that, like that comment from Muchu before, which is a great handle, by the way. Like, this could be a radical reorganizing of humanity.
This one?
Yeah. Like, it really does. Like if you have abundance in the world in terms of money, that is a complete 180 from this scarcity model that we're currently operating in. And that effect on people and on society and on people's psychology is going to be insane. It's going to be beautiful as well. Like, it really is.
Even Bitcoin operates on a scarcity model.
Yeah, I was actually going to say what Blue Bump's saying sounds like a broad crypto statement that doesn't necessarily only have to apply to Hex, but currently there are not many projects that fit the original goal of what ethically crypto should achieve. I mean, I made a comment recently in a chat group saying that Hex is the only true DeFi that I'm aware of, and people
other than
people
maybe other than Uniswap, that's probably true, I think.
Yeah, so people were laugh reacting, thinking that I was being sarcastic.
Yeah.
And I was like, you guys don't know what you're talking about. Like, this is I'm being legit. I'm being serious here.
So that's because they don't get it. They don't understand what true DeFi is. They're used to being served up CeFi, and they don't understand it.
Yeah, so I
An
think
interesting word there, Tangent. Use the word project, and that's what a lot of these other things are. They're projects, and I think a lot of people forget that Hex is actually a finished product. There's nothing more to do to it.
Sorry, I do continuous. I use project as like a generic term for like for any sort of crypto asset, because I think crypto asset sounds a bit clunky. So I use project. So even when I'm talking about Bitcoin, I say project. I think. But yeah, I get what you're saying. But I think Pulse Chain will come under this category that I'm forming for myself of legitimate crypto projects, in my opinion, and that'll be Bitcoin. I mean, ETH maybe, Hex, Pulse, Uni probably, and what else would you guys? What else did you guys throw? Is there anything else that you guys would throw in as like legitimate?
MetaMask.
Or maybe Tornado Cash.
MetaMask.
Tornado Cash.
The concept of Tornado Cash.
MetaMask.
Oh yeah, true. It doesn't necessarily have to have a token. You're right. That there's software development within the crypto space that doesn't necessarily have to have its own token that has been very instrumental in the.
Yeah. Give it
MetaMask
time.
would definitely be in there. That's a good point.
MetaMask.
Hardware wallets.
MetaMask will have a token soon, for sure.
Well,
I'd make the point also that only the CEO of Bitcoin would refer to Bitcoin as a project.
Wow. Mr. Tangent. Wow. Hey, I would point out, though, that the Sense Foundation is $27 million donated to the Sense Foundation for longevity research. And that is a huge shout out and credit to Richard Hart, who is the creator and founder of Hex Crypto. Very widely well regarded and respected within the community. He's the man. And you know what? I don't know about you guys. All you youngsters, spring chickens. I mean, when you're younger, you take it all for granted. You just think everything's going to run forever, but it doesn't work that way. I'm having to deal with. I'm pushing the big 50, and I've been down the doctor, and I've got to go and do things to fix up my health and try and get things, stay alive basically. If I don't make some changes, I could have a heart attack in the next 5-10 years, and
now you've
I
got
won't get to my
motivation.
Quattro Cinco stake. So there's a reason.
Now you've got motivation.
So it's like, come on. Anyway,
You've got to look after your health so you can
serious
enjoy
stuff,
your
mate.
wealth.
You want to enjoy. You can't enjoy all those mad gains if you're not feeling well. I can tell you right now because I've seen it on. Seen the stake wrap when it was pumping and I wasn't feeling well. I had a really bad case of tonsillitis a month or so ago, and I didn't care for it, to be honest. Even though, but anyway,
Unwrecked. The local rub and tug doesn't count as a medical practitioner, mate.
how dare you?
Oh my!
Oh my.
It counts as a checkup day 43. Just make sure everything's working properly.
Make sure you get down to GP.
Exactly.
Get to your GP.
Make sure the plumbing's all
make
good.
sure that everything's working right. Got to make sure that the everything's working right, and that you find something before it happens. Prevention better than cure. All right, sorry, that's enough.
We've got Freddie quotes in the chat. I just want to say, Freddie, awesome man for making that song, and it looks like you guys shot the video, and you must have done a shit ton of organizing, I imagine. And I imagine you've been working your ass off for the last I don't know how long to get all that happening, mate. And just well done. I haven't seen it, but we're all really looking forward to it.
It hasn't
Good on
dropped
you
yet, has it?
for a day. Don't think it's dropped up.
Maybe next Friday. And I was
Well,
going to say, hi, Freddie, but I was muted, so I was trying to talk. But Freddie's in the chat now. He's been working hard. And if you've seen his first song, it's freaking amazing. So, and the next one's just going to be even better. So Freddie reckons next Friday or not too far away. So maybe we'll do a stream beforehand. So Freddie sounds awesome.
What we need is a Freddie album. A whole
Well,
album.
there might be one coming. Who knows? Because he's very talented. He's
Yeah,
our rock star.
Really, really actually had positive impact, and on a lot of people, and a lot of people got into Hex as a result of hearing that song. And I think, fair dues, full credit to Freddie Quotes, and I really hope that the next one he smashes the lights out on. And shout out to DJ Cryptomatic as well. We're going to have DJ Cryptomatic who's joined us, and make sure you get over to Twitch and subscribe to DJ Cryptomatic. He's laying down some dope beats. He's got a different theme each week, and I'll tell you what, he can pump it. It's awesome stuff, and I'm sort of learning how to get on Twitch and things like that. I think it's an app on, and you can link it up to your Bluetooth speaker. You can put it on your big screen, have it going on in the background, and get on with it. It's just a time frame difference. It's usually on Sunday morning, so if you get up early on a Sunday morning, you can get into some DJ Cryptomatic. But yeah, shout out to Freddie Quotes too, man. That was a great song, and I did see that people really took to that, and it was brilliant. And I love the song.
I love it.
Yeah, I can't wait for the next one.
DJ Cryptomatic can pump it like a hex chart.
Well, at the moment it's a simple blood test called a PSA, but once you sort of like here, you know the old digi up the
Oh,
yeah, well, always, some girls love it. That's different for girls.
boy.
Hey, Freddie, just love to come on stream next week.
Oh yeah, come
It'll
on.
be awesome. We got DJ Cryptomatic
Yeah.
and Pretty Quotes at the same on the Hex Late Show would be brilliant. Would be a brilliant combo. We'd
Come
love
on,
to get them
Freddie
on.
and DJ Cryptomatic. It'll be a party. It'll be awesome, guys.
Yeah,
We've got a lot
We
of
got a lot
talented
of jam, we got
musicians
a lot
in
of jam.
the Hex community.
we could get on and
Yeah.
have a jam
You can play.
around the world.
You can play.
Yeah, the Hex rap scene's going off, hey?
Mm.
There's tons of hip hop. It's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, hey, did you guys see Rackham Rochelle's tweet? Or did we speak about that last week? Did I put it? Did you see
Oh,
When
yeah,
was
that- I saw the music video, hey?
Yeah, how good was that
with,
song?
with his cars in it, yeah.
Yeah, how good was that? It was a
Yeah, it was,
really
it was brilliant. Yeah, there's heaps of good music.
I missed that one. I'll have to go back and check it.
Rackham was in on Saturday night. Rackham Rochelle was in chat, and he gave us the $500 super chat. How amazing! But yeah,
Ah.
so he's got some nice cars, and he had an actual rapper come in. He's an award-winning rapper, come in and make a film clip in with his cars in it, and it's a
Yeah.
really good song.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on his timeline anyway. If you go to his Twitter, Rackham Rochelle, and you'll find you'll see the post there and the YouTube link to the song. It's really cool. Check it out.
Do they mention Hex in the rap?
Nah, but he says thank you to all the Hexicans, the rapper.
Oh, sick.
It would have been such a ton of work, like not only to make the song, but then to like work out what the music video was going to be, get a crew together of people. Like, you're going to have to edit it. You're going to have a whole crew of people to shoot it. And then he's going to organize all of these Hexicans to fly from all over the States to this one place so that they can shoot it. Like, that is a ton of work. I've made a few music videos myself, and like, hats off to you, Freddie. That's a great effort. Just getting that far, just doing it,
Mm.
And I think we're going to be blown away by it. I have no doubt.
Might make a bit of a sideways step. Speaking of talented people in the community, I've got two of my favourite sites that I'm using at the moment. You want to pop this one up, Unrec? So a lot of people may or may not know about this one, but this one's probably getting a fair bit of attention at the moment, and that's Hex Calc. So this is the one we used on stream the other day, and you can put in whatever you want to put in here to calculate, and we put in a future price of what we think Hex might be. I don't know, let's be pretty conservative.
Hey, shout out to the happy hour, the Cabana Crypto happy hour as well. Saturday mornings, if you're in Australia, make sure you tune into those guys. They are legends.
Yeah, and I'm going to be
Definitely,
on.
definitely.
I'm going to be on this. It's Saturday morning for us. I'm going to be on this week's one as well.
Good man.
Cool.
Who are you?
Love you, Cabana. You do an awesome show,
Yeah.
man.
It's good quality content on that show for sure.
It's
Always.
Tangent's bedtime, I think.
We like to be.
explaining to do, mate. What happened?
It's bedtime. Yeah.
I'm earlier than you guys.
Yeah, but Cabana just makes you go to sleep, Tangent.
Someone sleeps through it on a Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sleep through what?
Wait.
Oh, you guys are not talking about this stream. You're talking about that other one.
The one,
Yeah,
the one, you, the
bananas.
one you missed.
The one I missed. Yeah. My bad.
I was like 5 a.m. in the morning. Come on. He was either going to have to be up all night or like,
Yeah, I made the mistake. Of trying to stay up for it, and then, but I was 2 hours off. So I was like, "Hey guys, we're streaming in 20 minutes, right?" And they were like, "No, it's not for another 2.5 hours. Like 2 hours and 20 minutes." So I was like, "Oh shit, I better just like quickly nap so I'm not completely fried." Tried to nap, slept through my alarm, wrecked.
Yeah.
Correct.
No, it is a tough time to get on that stream especially from WA.
yeah, WA's that's like
so-
5 a.m. for you, hey?
Yeah, it's 5 a.m. Yeah.
So this site in and of itself is good, but what I really like about this site is the links. They capture some of the best sites in Hex as well.
Nice.
And I only found this the other day, but if you have got people coming into Hex that are new and you want to teach them how to at least get an idea.
An idea
of what's possible in the future and where this could be heading from a value perspective, but also if you want to point them to a whole lot of other useful information, this is all the top spots to go in on the Hex sites. I think there's probably only one other one I'd put on there, which I think is really useful, and that's backuphex.com. But that's a pretty good roundup of sites in there.
Hexnoob.com.
Speaking of backup Hex,
What was that one?
Hexnoob.
Oh, really? I haven't seen that.
Haven't
How do you
seen
spell
one.
that? N-O-O-B?
N-O-O-B. Papa
Oh.
bonus is Hexnude, N-U-D-E. Anyway, but it's got an end state gas calculator, the staking ladder. We send a lot of users there.
Hexnoob.com.
Nice.
It's really well laid out.
Hey, but we need Hex
cool.
Nude for real though, don't we? We
I've
definitely
read-
need that.
That's fantastic.
Good.
I-
Didn't know that
I've really-
existed.
I've been really sending people Hex graphs. I just think that's such an amazing collection of such a great site
Yep.
with an amazing
No, it's
collection.
got all the main Telegram
Graphs and
chats as
bibs.
well.
Hey, Blue Bum, I thought you were about to say I've been sending people Hex nudes.
That's my latest marketing ploy, guys. I'm getting naked and sending people pictures of me. And yeah,
And that explains the dip.
that's
Just the
explains
Hex
the
logo
dip.
covering the private.
Hashtag blue bum nude dip.
That end state gas calculator is really good. Get a lot-
What do you say?
Nudeyoga.com.
That's it.
10,000 Hex
Please,
entries.
you are quite talented, Bluey, with the acrobats and the like they're doing that. Is it yoga? Where you hold we were doing when we were over on Straty, we were doing those
Acro yoga.
acro yoga. Yeah, that stuff's
Yeah.
really good. I think that's it's good good therapy.
Yeah, it
It'd be
is.
less good when he's naked.
Oh yeah, well that's between. You'd want a female companion for that if you're a male, and you want a male companion if you're a female, and it's just nature, isn't it? Birds and the bees.
Unless you bat for the other team.
Unless you're gay, yeah.
Righto. On that note, so what else? All about
Every week unwrecked.
I was going to say
Every
no,
week you
back up
try
Hex.
and boot us off the channel.
No, I'm not trying to do anything, mate. I'm not trying to do anything. I'm trying to just have a conversation about Hex crypto. Back up Hex. What do you guys think that's going to happen when the Pulse chain launches? Let's do some speculation now. Let's do some crystal ball.
Ooh.
Oh, did you guys do the who got closest
No.
to the
Yeah, we have to do it at the
Yeah,
end.
yeah.
We're waiting for
Oh, at the
11:15.
end, okay.
Yeah, so maybe 11:15 we'll do it or something, and then we can
All
get
right.
everyone to put the prices in for next week
Hey.
as well.
Bluey, have you got the spreadsheet there to work out who got closest? Or
Have you? Yeah, it's in our Telegram, isn't it? I'll find it.
If you haven't, I can do it because you're on,
Oh, yeah,
working
okay.
on one screen, aren't you?
Oh yeah, that'd be great. Yeah,
That's right. I'll have a look for it.
sweet.
Hey, can I just there's a comment in the chat, and I think he's behind watching the show. We're talking about how Hex is unique, and Lord Barrack says he's behind, but there was a time when he was struggling so much, just trying to survive. Suicide was on the table. That was a excuse me, long time ago, he found a shitty job and kept pushing every day, found Hex, and now he's great. And that's just, I just want to say that's great, Lord Beck. I love hearing stories like that because like our own lives, Hex has touched so many people. And, you know, we really resonate with your story because it's really lifted a lot of people up. Just wanted to mention that.
Tell you what, I don't know where I'd be wrecked. I mean, Hex is, you're actually right, Sammy, and well done for you know, finding Hex and getting to the life raft, because it is really a game changer. And I shudder to think where I might be now with where I was with the business that I was running and things like that. It's actually just given me a flexibility to sort of like, you know, just a bit of I feel like I've got my life back a little bit as well in the same vein. It's been
Hex made you unwrecked.
Well, I mean, I got that. That's a facade, of course. It's a nickname, and that's just how the chips have fallen. And we play the role and things like that. But there is a very real, you know, there's a very real reason why we do this stuff, and it's purely that, you know, we want everyone else to find that that I got to know that the financial freedom, I suppose, or the liberation from tyranny, or you know, that having to get up every day and hustle, and just actually, you can actually do what you want with life, and you can actually be the change that you want to see in the world, and you can make a difference to people's lives.
And that takes a while to get your head around. That actually takes a while. And that's actually the good thing about staking, isn't it? That it's not instant wealth. In fact, most of your wealth,
delayed gratification.
Most of your wealth is coming down the track, you know, for the longer stakes, and so it gives you time to think and time to, you know, unless of course you're ending stakes early and stuff. But you've laid out your plan, you've got time.
Do what you say you're going to do. You know, honour the contract that you set for yourself. It's you and the code. It's only between you and yourself, and you know, that's where the character comes from. It's like, you know, what's in here when no one's around, when you're on your own, and what you do with your life, and how you think. And I think there's like a real sense of gratitude from all the Hexicans around that. And I know that there's a lot of stuff and a lot of noise and things like that. And we love the theatre of the chart. We love the way that the price performance and everything of Hex goes. But yeah, look, there really is I guess a deeper meaning to it all, and that is, you know, the fact that that computer science, that mathematics transcends the code. We don't actually need to have, I guess, a central bank or entity or, you know, organisation deciding what money to print for the population or the people, when we've got, you know, code is law. You know, the Hex smart contract is amazing. It really is. You do yourself a favour.
Hex doesn't only make, you know, isn't only the bank; it's the Reserve Bank as well.
Well,
you get both.
Richard Hart says he's going to be making new whales, and I think that's what's going on in crypto. I think they just don't realise that this thing is changing the world as we know it. I mean, we've seen the change of the world, and look, we want to try and. We would hope that common sense may prevail, and goodwill. The hope would be that the good in the world would rise above the things that we're seeing that aren't quite, you know. I mean, they apply that filter. Anyway, I'm getting off on a little bit of philosophy there.
You got the gift of the gab unwrecked. You have the gift of the gab.
Yeah, you go on. Everyone, we've got 190 people in the chat. It's been really good to have like that patronage, and we appreciate each and every one of you, and we don't take things for granted. And it's great that there's an audience that just like to come and tune into us once a week and have our conversations. Yeah, we are coming up to time, but so we're going to get into the tipping comp. Or
yeah. So someone in the chat asked, when guessing game, do you want to throw them the link of where they can submit their guesses straight away?
So that's for next week. Yeah.
For this is yeah. Guesses for next week.
Okay, so I need to get a mod handle, but I'll put it in private chat, and someone can just post that on. So someone can just put that on the YouTubes.
Yep.
So people, am I going to be going through the chats again, looking at people's predictions? Or
no. Jex is a freaking wizard. He created a Google Doc that will let everyone just submit their guesses, and it just adds it to a database so that we don't have to do that.
Yeah, so I'm not going to go through
the chat.
I wasn't going to.
Sorry.
So I wasn't going to go through everyone's response. I was just going to pick the closest ones. Is that how we're rolling?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's just get who's close. Yeah.
But the link Day 43 just posted. You can go in there and put in your guess for next Tuesday night.
And
So-
Mr. Day 43, Rug Muncher, what are you going to win it? Well, I still haven't had a haircut, mate. What's going on?
Puncher.
Why is he a rug bumper?
Oh my
Hey,
god,
dude.
Unwrecked. That is an awesome new term. You know how we've got rug pull and magic carpet ride, rug muncher.
Someone
We need
eats
to
up
we need
dips.
to apply that to someone in crypto.
Oh,
Yeah.
Rug muncher.
You might want.
Hey?
You might want to Google it first.
Unwrecked. I've been a
No.
rug muncher.
I know what it means.
Show your face.
I am a rug muncher from way back, bro.
I don't know. Yeah, it can be used as a compliment or an insult.
I guess.
Context.
Total
let-
April 3, you know that, mate.
What's
We have fun on the stream, but anyway, sorry.
We do. You don't have to. You don't have to throw in. You don't have to worry, mate. Don't worry about it. Just have at it.
So so the current price is 39 cents. Who got the closest? It must have been Day 43.
No, so I've got current price. Oh, hang on, I'm on the wrong chart here. Give me a second.
I
We
said
did say
49
at 11:30. So
I said 49 cents last week on stream, but when I went in and actually put it into I put 59 cents.
Oh,
you did a tangent. He was all bearish, and then he chucked
I
up
was
to
on
99 cents.
42.4 and then changed it to 99.
Oh, you would have been so close, man.
I think Unwrecked was the closest because I think he had 46 or something.
Fair income. What about other people? Like, wasn't there
No,
anyone closer? There was a 30. I suppose 30 cents.
Yeah, no, we've got someone that was pretty damn close.
That's a carton.
All right, so
So what's the price now?
I mean,
hang
the
on.
real competition for bragging rights is between us. But yeah, like as in,
See later on.
So
Yeah,
was
yeah,
so was
for
it
real.
official that Unwrecked was the winner for out of all of us? Or?
I think so.
Was he?
don't you have the numbers?
What do I-
Whoever was the lowest, basically.
No, I was the realist.
Yeah, basically whoever was the least moonish.
Oh, I'm gonna have to find all of ours. Give me a sec.
Oh, are they separate to the guest ones?
They're at
No,
the top.
it's just
Dexter.
it's just.
They're the top ones that I think.
Oh, okay. I'll just have to sort by that. Hang on.
I didn't know this.
Yeah, the
It's real.
spreadsheet.
I didn't know that rug muncher referred to lesbians. I thought it was
Didn't
just
you?
I thought it was just like
That was,
anyone.
that was why. That's the whole joke.
Oh,
That's
actually,
the
yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Just then, I was thinking Day
They're not
43,
actually
same as
called-
you, just like anyone giving head, like
But
as
it's
into
not-
a
no,
chick. But
it's not-
yeah,
but
I
it's
do
not rug
remember it being
muncher.
used that way in the past.
They're called carpet eaters. That's the slang.
Oh, turn
That's
up.
the slang.
Come on.
There used to be an SBS show called Eat Carpet.
I remember that show.
Oh, I remember that.
Dude,
true.
I remember Eat Carpet. When I was like 15 years old, I used to like stay up like on the school
Yeah,
night
I was
just
too
to like
young.
see
Yeah, it was a good show. It was a really good show. Really out there music vids and stuff.
I think rug munchers, sort of more catchy than Eat Carpet.
I like rug muncher as a term.
I just made that up because of like rug pull, the old
I guess
So,
anyone
all right,
who's
so here we
wrapped in a
go.
rug
You
pull
we
would
ready?
be
You ready
classed
for
as a
some
rug
results?
muncher.
So
Anyone can be a rug muncher though.
Because if you get
Anyone
rug
can be a rug
pulled,
muncher.
you're gonna eat the rug when your head comes down onto the ground.
And
you
then
know?
go on a magic carpet ride.
If you're on a magic carpet ride and it crashes, you're probably also gonna eat rug. You know.
That's true. You're going to eat a lot of rug.
Hey, no, I'll end it. I'll ring the bell.
But seriously, if you've got,
But seriously.
if you've got these like projects where they like get rug pulled, as we see nearly every week, maybe we should refer to the poor souls who have been involved.
rug munchers.
Just call them rug munchers from now on. Like,
No, that's a compliment.
Don't enjoy
Rug
your
munching is a
rotten games
compliment.
if you're a scammer. Not good. Don't.
All right.
Mate.
So
Results?
Results are, so it is official. Unwrecked got the closest with 45.9.
Go unwrecked.
Nice one, Unwrecked. Good work.
Followed by me next at 52.
There is no
Then-
second prize, Jackson.
Then we had, day 43 was 49.
No, he
then
changed
there-
it to 59. He changed to 59.
No, he's got it in here as 49.
Oh.
There we go.
And he might have
Unless I
put two
it
entries
49.
in. He might have put in two entries.
Ah, that's the thing. People
Tangent was
can
pretty
put
close.
2 entries in. Everyone's going to put multiple entries in now.
So
Just ladder your
Ladder
calls.
your entries. Ladder your calls. That's it.
Tangent, you were the furthest at 99 cents. Semi was in there in the running at 55.9. But yeah, Unwrecked took that. And for the community win, let me just get a screen up. And I think the person who has got it already knows. They've been posting in chat, but
Have they?
Who's that? Here we go.
Who was it?
okay, I just got to. My screen's doing something weird. I don't know why.
You want to
Hang
show
on.
that? Did you want to show that? There's the,
Yeah, you're just going to have to hang on. Let me see if I can sort this out. It's just freaking out. Okay, there we go. So winner was Archie S at 38.75. So nearly right on the knocker.
Wow.
Almost.
Go Archie.
Hey, Archie, yeah.
Nice one, Archie.
Good work, Archie.
Yeah.
You know what that means? Archie probably did the sell-off.
He was selling. He's been dumping.
All right, so
Anything to get it right.
from now on, let's follow Archie's predictions.
Archie is.
Are we going to give our? We're going to have to give our predictions on stream.
yep.
Are we? Oh, okay, all right. I wasn't prepared. Oh, that's what Tangent's doing. He's working it out, isn't he?
I'm on the document right now.
He's looking at his fibs.
Oh yeah. I actually was looking at the chart. Yeah,
Hey,
for sure.
Archie, what's in for next week? Just to let us know, because you're the winner. What do you think the next Tuesday night price is going to be, mate?
Yeah, is Archie bullish or bearish for next week? What is the Oracle? You get the title for this week. You get the title, the Oracle.
Hex doesn't have oracles except for Archie.
It says, cheers, don't follow me though, total guess.
So Unwrecked.
Oh, he says
Unwrecked.
55.
Yeah,
Nice one,
woohoo.
Archie.
Nice.
Unwrecked,
Both Crypto and Archie S guessed 55 at the exact same time.
when are you sending the $100,000 Hex prize, mate?
Oh mate, I can't live with myself if I do that. I said I pirated the Discord Syndicate logo and all their artwork and things. I have permission for it, of course. I wouldn't just take it. But
That's a joke, by the way, fellas.
down at the print shop.
There ain't no 100,000 Hex prize. There is a 0 Hex prize. You get to participate. That's your prize. We might shout you out.
You
in
get
the
a
stream, mate.
title. That's a title. It's a title. You get the title, the Hex Oracle.
I've got a few of these that I can send
For a
out
week.
to Australia. I can send
The
these
Hex
out.
Oracle for the week is Archie.
The fact he's got
Hex
staked
Oracle.
Hex and he's earning daily interest is prize enough.
You do it for the glory. You do it for the You do it for the
Exactly. It's for the glory.
Best
Well
thing
done,
we've got
Archie.
free. Righto. So we do it. Are we going to wind it up, or what's going on?
Yeah, we're
got
going to
to
go
do-
through and everyone's going
got to
to
do
give their
prediction.
predictions.
Okay, good.
You go first.
Me?
Unwrecked.
Okay.
Oh, mate. God, it's going to be hard, isn't it?
Hard to pick that one. It's harder to pick than a broken nose this week. Let me have a look. Let's have a look.
Hex doesn't follow TA.
I don't know how long.
Harder to pick than a broken nose.
Look, I'm going to put her up to.
That's so Aussie.
I think we're turning around. Like, those dips are being bought up pretty good. That was actually surprised at those. Well, I'm looking at the daily, and we've had two red candles. It's about time. We've had a nice little retracement there. So, and we've got a green candle straight away back up to 39. So, look, I will say again whatever I said last week, 45 cents. There you go. On the dot, on no decimal points, just 45 cents. 45.0. There you go. Next.
48.37.
It was nice when it was up at 45, wasn't it? It was good.
Tangent.
I felt wealthy.
Yo, so you guys are going to need to trust me on this, that this was not influenced by the other people in the chat that gave their guesses. I had already drawn it on the chart just with like a random arrow, and I'm 54.7.
Ooh.
Nice. I like that. I like that's a really good call. I really like that bullish sentiment. I really appreciate that. I feel bearish now. What about
Ty.
Mr. Ty?
All right, I'll probably cut Tangent's lunch here, and I've already submitted it, so it's cemented in stone. But I've put in 54.
Cool.
Solid guess.
Let's go to 3 decimal places. So
I have to.
Okay.
Do you mean 3DP of $1 though? Or
yeah. So if you're doing it, want to guess 55
Does the
cents,
form
like it's
support that, Declan?
55 point something. But you can just put anything you want in there.
Yeah, it could be 55.0 if you want it to be.
Well,
or just note everyone who's using the form, you put it in dollar format. So it's like if you want 55 cents, it would be 0.55.
he's being intermittently amused. The rug muncher thing going on.
Okay, I'm going to guess 52.6.
Geez, it's
Sammy.
tight in the 50s. Not much
Yeah.
spread.
Or, you know, Blue Bum, that's actually quite close to the top fib, like of a retracement that was like from a retracement that went from 36 cents down to 30.9 cents. The fib, the top fib extension off that retracement is pretty much exactly where you've guessed.
Bluey's been secretly fibbing.
I'm going 47.3 for mine. And
Ooh.
chat, I love seeing the guesses, but don't forget to go into the link and put them in there in stone so we can calculate it.
Yeah. Make sure you put them in the form. Otherwise, it doesn't count. If it's not registered, it doesn't count.
Actually, do you want to just post the link in again for people?
Yeah, I have.
Jex has put it in our private chat, but someone with admin
okay.
access has to put it into the proper chat, into the main chat.
Oh, did it not go out? I thought we put it out.
No, I've put it out.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. There it is again for everybody.
Get on it.
Who's next? Jex?
Well, mine's up on screen, so I'm saying 62, I reckon, and that might be off the back of a little retracement.
62, nice.
you say
I
60?
hope you're right.
Ooh, Jexa!
I've got to aim high.
I'm cheering for you to win next week. That would be
Yeah.
incredible.
Let's hope that Jexa wins.
Yeah, we all want Jackson to win. Yeah, definitely.
Day 43.
I'm gonna say 58.
Cool.
Straight up.
That's it.
Love is love. Yeah,
Awesome.
All right.
good job.
So
It's been a great episode. I hope everyone in the chat, we've had a fairly solid contingent cohort tuning in live. It's brilliant to have the live stream with the chat, and wouldn't be the same without all the guys' comments and things like that. We do read them all. We do bring them up from time to time, and it's brilliant. But, so where we're going now, we're going to wind up the stream, or do you want to keep going for a little bit? We can.
do you know, like, I'm not sure if this is when the stream's going to be on, but there's going to be a stream with Kinetics
coming up,
and
yeah.
That's
is that tonight?
Yeah, that's pretty important actually.
Midnight our time.
We better shill that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's important.
Yeah, so they've got a congresswoman, and I think someone else is going to be on there as well. I'm not sure if Wales is going to be on there.
Is it
Yeah, I think Wales is on there, yeah.
Wales
Yeah,
is
so-
everywhere.
Well,
Yeah.
That's a good point. If you want to know what's sort of going on in the macro world, and I guess in a broad sense, take a step back and look at the bigger picture. Please go on and have a look at Wales Only channel. I know he comes on all the streams, and he's says it like it is. He's a straight bat. We love him over here, and he's a friend of the channel. And we've had him on, and we've had the conversation. And yeah, definitely, it's an eye opener listening to Wales, and he's very, very knowledgeable, and he's good on the. He's next level on terms of the maths and things like that from us, and that's why.
And he's got some very quotable content as well.
Yeah, that's right.
He says things that are so quotable, just classic.
Dude, you are quotable.
Thank you.
Are so quotable, Tangent. You
Yeah,
come
you
out
are.
hurlers,
They-
absolute hurlers.
They're just mad at the chart or something. What does he say in that song that?
He said, people thought this was a joke. Now they're mad at the chart.
That was such a good clip. I really enjoyed that.
Are we allowed to swear on this channel? Because this other one's got the B word in it. It's like,
Of course.
where the haters at?
It's a late show.
Those bees still ain't turned up. But yeah, so they've got a. Did you say they've got a politician or a congresswoman on their channel? That's hectic.
Is it Cynthia McKinney?
She's already been on once.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
already
was
been.
once before with Kinetics, wasn't it?
The last one, yeah, and Kinetics knows his stuff, and I do appreciate Kinetics. He's, I think he showed everyone in the community how knowledgeable Kinetics actually is with that.
And did you say that that's tonight?
So we'll be coming up sometime after us. Yeah,
Midnight.
I think,
I think it's midnight tonight.
East Coast Eastern Standard Time.
yeah, in about 40 minutes from now.
Whoa, awesome.
Actually, RGS brought up a really good thing. He just said there needs to be some Hex Oz clips too. Kinetics has actually said to people, if you send us like the clips that you like, we have editing people who are going to like polish them all up and can put them out. But it's really a case of people just really kind of work well. And so that's another, if anyone does want to just like say, hey, this little bit was fantastic, you can just send it to like, I think Discord. I'm probably just giving them a whole lot of work now, but I think they're looking for like, people to do stuff like that.
How do you submit them though? Do you clip the part out of the video that you want?
Well, you
and
just
send
give it. Well, I suppose you could clip it out and just
it,
send it to them,
give them timestamps.
or just give it a timestamp. Maybe like that's all an editor would need. Or I mean, maybe it's better to just clip it out yourself. Do we have that clip thing on our YouTube?
I'm not
videos?
sure if all the channels do, and it is a bit finicky. I think if you gave someone the timestamp and said,
That's probably easy. Just said it's from here for a minute or two is hilarious or it's interesting or whatever.
Yeah.
It's maybe a bit of a description and
What time stamp was our rug muncher discussion?
no.
So there's no specific criteria. It's like it's just anything that you thought was good content. It doesn't have to be like specifically comedy or educational or anything like that. It's just any good Hex related content.
anything that's entertaining and educational, I guess.
yeah, I think if we have a variety of all of those things.
So any
Probably a good
okay.
idea.
Just as long as you think it's epic, then do it.
Have you guys heard
why
the
not?
song? Have you guys heard the song "It's Raining Hex"?
No, where's
I
that
haven't.
from?
It's been done by a local artist, a friend of ours in Pulse Chat. She was going to try and put some video to it, but we've got the audio, so maybe we'll just send it to you guys. It's a really good version of that Raining Man, but Raining Hex. It's done
No,
really
It's
well.
like
Everyone enjoyed it.
Aretha Franklin singing it.
Oh, it's a parody of "It's Raining Men."
Yeah. It's awesome.
Wow.
I'll get it to
Nice.
you guys.
See that.
Brilliant, yeah, absolutely. God, there's so much artistic talent.
Hey,
It's
what's
putting
the
stuff out.
one that everyone keeps saying is the Hex anthem? There's
That's
so
pretty
people talk.
great.
There's Freddie Croats one.
Yeah, it's awesome. I'll post it in our group chat.
Yeah. Can you send me the link, Sammy? Because I hear
Yeah.
people talking about like the Hex anthem, and I don't know which one it is.
It's awesome. It's the
Oh,
same.
you'll love it, Tangent. You'll love
Yeah,
it.
it's got Richard Arden stage.
Oh, you've heard it. Surely you've heard it.
Well,
You would have heard it.
Look, I might listen to it and be
Yeah.
like, "Oh yeah, I've heard this. It's possible," but let's
Yeah.
make sure. Hey, I wouldn't be a real Hexican if I haven't heard the freaking anthem.
Tangent, you seen Finbear's? Tangent, did you see Finbear's comment? You're saying I sent you a video in the group. Tangent, share it. Only 3 seconds.
All right. How am I going to get it to you guys? I can try and one sec. I'll try and do it this way if we've got time.
Shout out to Crypto King. What's up,
Crypto
bro?
King, what a legend, mate. He's doing all the hard yards. He's making the connections, and connections are important. Connections are valuable.
Oh, it's 40 minutes from now.
Mate.
And he's a top bloke.
So yeah,
It's actually 35 minutes from now.
Yeah, right.
It's,
Here he goes. Just put the link.
It's on us.
The Hex Anthem on SoundCloud. There's a link in the chat from Crypto King for the Hex
Yeah, and
Anthem.
I sent it in our private chat too, Tangent.
Video.
In our group chat.
What's old Finn Bear like? Is that the last
I just-
one? Is that the
I
last
just checked both.
3 seconds.
I just checked both my channels, my Tangent Guest one and the Perth chat, and there's no videos in there. Which
Yeah, what group?
Finbear? What channel did you send it on?
Oh, he's probably in the Hex Late Show.
Yeah. It's, oh no, that's
No,
That's Sammy.
not it.
No.
Hey guys, can I just mention something while we're on stream?
Oh,
I just got a message from a Hexagon. So just everyone, there's a scam going around. It says it's from Hex Crypto. It's saying great news, get an extra bonus, 100%. Congratulations. You are one active user who are lucky to get rewards of 750 Hex. Do not miss out. Claim your rewards via hexcoin.app.com. So it's obviously a scam, and someone's just messaged me to ask if it is a scam. So just be careful, people out there, because there are more and more every day.
Mm-hmm.
Every day.
Invested in Hex themselves and made the mad gains or whatever, but they didn't. They wasted their energy trying to steal other people's money. It's disgusting.
It is
So yeah, just avoid those scams. Just ignore them. But yeah, they're out there. They're out there.
they are.
When I first joined, like crypto and Hex and things like that, I thought I was getting the message from Richard Hart, but it wasn't. It was an impersonator. So that's why Richard Hart has on his username.
we've all been catfished once or twice, haven't we?
Catfish. Is that what they call it? Yeah.
Oh, yo, there's a new scam that they're doing on YouTube. I've noticed it in my comment section where they changed their username to pinned by Hex Tangent, and then they post the scam comment. So then it looks like it was a message that's by the person who owns the channel, and then it's been pinned.
Yeah.
So I know that most Hexagons would not fall for dumb stuff like that.
Yeah. Wow, Tangent, you've really made it if you've got like scammers.
It's literally they literally reply to every comment that anyone writes. They reply to that comment with that.
Yeah,
And,
they use a bot. They use a bot to do those auto replies.
Oh yeah, it must be a bot because it is literally every comment. So
So everyone who's looking at your channel, make sure that your name would be highlighted. So and theirs won't. So just look out for Tangent's name, and it'll be highlighted. And if it's not highlighted, it's not you.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. It's just I hadn't seen that particular version of that scam before, of those sorts of scam comments, and I thought it's reasonably clever, and I hadn't seen it before. But you are right that there should be that circle around people's names when it's actually the channel owner.
Yeah, and the fact is that the more that Hex price goes up, the more exponential the number of these scams are going to be.
Yes. They'll target the successful cryptos because they know that there's money there. Yeah.
Yeah, we're seeing it on a daily basis in the Pulse chat as well. Like they're just rampant.
So basically, you can't block them fast enough, hey?
Well, they just come in under different names, and they as soon as someone asks for help from an admin, they just private message them straight away.
Yeah.
They do the whole MetaMask support thing and get them to get their seeds, and it's just sickening. Never
Just
give your
relentless.
seeds to anyone. An
Yeah.
admin will never ask you for the seeds.
Yeah, and I changed my handle on Telegram to have, I'll never ask for your seed words or whatever. I'll never, like just to preempt if someone was going to try to impersonate my handle or whatever.
Sorry, just Hextrovert. How long did you say you'd been in Hex and Pulse?
I'm a noob to Hex, man. I got it straight after I sacrificed, and then I found.
So it'd be like three
Hex.
months at the most, you reckon?
Yeah. Pretty much, I sacrificed day 4, and did the research, and then I pretty much liquidated all my assets and used them for sacrificing more on day 17 because I got a bit more FOMO the more I was in chat and learning more, I sacrificed more days to learn, and then I loaded up on Hex, and then got a couple of stakes out at 6 years.
And
Congratulations, man.
I was just saying, just good on you for like that's a short amount of time to actually then jump in, get on YouTube, be in the channel, supporting people and things like that. So well done, mate. That's awesome.
Yeah, I've been working closely with a few of the OGs, so I'm actually going to be starting streaming with Identity Block.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, well, he was
So me
in
and him are gonna-
the other night, and those
Yeah.
boys were like really giving the knowledge out and like free of charge, and no expectation from the work of others. But I must admit, I was very, very impressed with the identity. Block.
Identity spends hours and hours in
Shout out
chat.
to those boys, man. They were.
He's quitting his job tomorrow, and he's going to be streaming. He's taking the next step at streaming full time and just giving more back than he already does to the community. He does hours and hours every day in the voice chat. So shout out to Identity Block.
That's it. They do way more.
Shout out to Identity Block.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Identity Block. Woo.
True. Well, that's brilliant. And are you in the Hex Australia chat? Have you joined the Hex Australia chat there, Ty? Are you in there as
Yeah,
well?
mate. Yep. I haven't been in there a lot because I've just been between 2 kids and work and Twitter and all the crypto stuff, and then I spend about 5 to 6 hours in voice chat every day just helping people. So it's almost like a full-time job, but it's a love job.
Years you don't have to
I
have
enjoy it.
square eyes. You don't get square eyes watching the screen. But yeah, that's good.
Good on you, mate. That's the coal face. That's the
Yeah, that's where
working at the coal face.
You're really helping people.
Accelerated
I love it.
learning.
Cool. That's awesome. Awesome stuff. Here we go, guys. We're clocking over 2 hours.
Yeah, it's 1:30.
Yep.
About half
Yeah.
past, is it? Well, you know what that means.
I think
Okay,
it's
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, guys. Good to see everyone
Thank
again.
you.
Everyone.
Yeah, good to see
Thank you.
everyone.
Next week, same channel.
Yeah, congratulations, Archie, the Oracle of Hex, for next week. Well done.
Make sure you get your tips in. Is that spreadsheet available? Is the Google?
Yeah, everyone get your tips in. You could also be the Hex Oracle next week.
I have got to go and we might be sending some of these out for Australia.
Oh, should we send him a hat? Should we send
we can organise some hats and we can
Should we-
send them.
Should we send Archie a hat?
Maybe
Was
keep a tally of the winners, guys, so we can do that.
I've got a few spares. I can send Archie a hat if he communicates with one of us.
And
Can you write Oracle on top of it?
I've got a better idea how to put an Oracle on there. But yeah, we can do something with like that. Yeah, why not?
And does anyone want to say any goodbyes before we go to a video from Markable?
Yeah, follow
I
me.
just want to.
That's
I
so
just want to say thanks for having me on, and you guys, everyone's just so welcoming. Thanks to all the guys that have taught me heaps in Pulse chat and on Twitter. It's been awesome, and let's just keep this train rolling. The Hex
do it.
Express.
Yeah, good on you, Ty.
Awesome.
to be
Thanks-
guys.
Thanks
Good
to
work,
you as
Ty.
well,
Well done,
mate.
mate.
Thanks for watching, guys and girls.
Yeah, new people like you coming into the community, mate. We need more of them. That's awesome. It's going to only help things grow.
Yeah, really
Good
energize
stuff.
it.
There you go.
It's great.
Well done,
Yeah.
man.
Get involved. Get involved.
All right. See you later, guys.
Good to see
Everyone-
you.
Cheers.